name is Clay Williams, and we're here with iStand TV, and we're here with Jennifer Nettles of Sugarland, a recording artist, solo artist, actress. Anything else you want to add to that?
I mean, you know what? I actually had the opportunity earlier this year to do Broadway, so we can throw that in there too. Why not? And mom. I'm a mom too.
And mom, awesome. All right, let's get into it. You've got a lot of things going on right
A
now.
lot going on.
Film, solo career. You have an album coming out soon?
Coming out the end of March, I'll have an album. It's called Playing with Fire.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How has that transition been from music to acting?
You know what I love and what I love about the performing arts for me is storytelling, and the transition hasn't been that much different. I grew up doing theater, so it was a familiar jump for me. But really, what it is in terms of storytelling, as a singer-songwriter, I get about 3.5 minutes to capture either a story or a character, and in doing theater or in doing film, I get a much more detailed amount of time to get into more nuance of a character. So I love actually being able to do that in that way.
Tell me about Dolly Parton. What does it mean to you to play this role, and have you met her before?
Well, I played Dolly's mom in the movie, Dolly Parton, and I have met Dolly on occasion before, just through work, a couple times casually, but before we started shooting the film, I had a nice opportunity to get to spend with her and to ask her about her family and to ask her about her mom and their relationship. So I had a nice time to get to know her a good bit more then, and just what you see on camera or on stage is who she is off stage. I mean, she is very much authentic and so lovely and smart and funny and warm.
I actually saw the film. It was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Were you familiar with her story before?
You know what? I knew a little bit. I knew that she was from Tennessee. I knew that she was from a large family. I had no idea how large. She was one of ultimately 12 children that she and her mom had. Yeah, that her mom and her dad had, excuse me. And it's a fantastic story. The stuff that I didn't know was a part of their own family history in terms of a tragedy that they are able to work through their faith and through this beautiful metaphor of this coat of many colors. The song itself is a wonderful template and a wonderful inspirational jumping point for telling her story of her childhood and of their family and the bonds that they had. And I got to learn a little bit more about how she came to her calling as a musician, how she came about her dreams as an artist, and when that happened in her life.
Dolly's mother has a lot to do with her career.
Yeah.
And I read that you're really close with your mother, which is awesome. What kind of role did your mother play in your career?
My mother has always been super supportive. I mean, she would schlep me around to every, social event and community function and performing arts troupe and all of those things before I could drive, my whole life, and always encouraging of me. I think she saw the passion that I had for performing, and she wanted to help me enjoy life through that passion, and has always been super supportive and still is. She still is my number one fan, loves to come to all of my shows, all of my events. She's always asking, if she can't be there, how everything went. She is a great support network for me, for sure.
That's great to hear. So, given all the things, well, first of all, can you tell me some of the themes about the movie?
Sure. There are a lot of overarching themes in this movie. There is obviously the theme of faith and family, and how even my husband in the movie, Lee Parton, played by Ricky Schroeder, he goes on his own journey of faith separately than the family and then the family tragedy. But at the same time, they survive this tragedy through their love that they have for each other. And there are also even poignant themes that resonate today that are could seem more specific, but that you also hear in the song. There's the concept of bullying, and what that is, and what it is to be rich in character and rich in love, even if you're not rich in materialistic things. And those we all know are the most important anyway, is the love that we have and how we are in our hearts and our character. So there's several themes all the way through. I mean, there are moments of tears and poignancy, and then there are moments of laughter and levity. And I think there's something that everybody, from grandparents to parents to children, can enjoy.
Yeah. You spoke about faith. What role does faith play in your life?
You know what? I think faith for me. I grew up in the Southern Baptist tradition, and since then have gone on to expand and to learn so much more. I think about faith than simply what was taught to me in the church. It plays a big part of my life even now. I love to meditate. To me, life is in of itself a form of prayer, and I think there is an attitude where gratitude is concerned, where hope and faith are concerned, where love is concerned, and all of those themes for me in my life have been pivotal in not only helping me achieve what I have, but in also in what's really important, which is my family and those bonds that are there.
What do you have coming up that we should be aware of?
Coming up, well, obviously the movie coming out on December 10th. After that, I've been on the road. I'll be out for another weekend, and then I'll take a break for the holidays and be back out again on tour in January. I have an album coming out the end of March, as I mentioned, called Playing with Fire. And then after that, I'm hoping to do some more either film or theater stuff starting in the summer or fall of 2016.
That's awesome. You've got like 1,012 things going on.
Yeah, a lot going on.
How do you balance all that?
I don't. I don't balance it. I've given up on the word balance. I think really it's more of a dance at this point, and I try to step in and be, my first priority is being a mother, and but as I've said, it's not my first calling, even though it is my first priority. I think I am called to do, and much of what you'll see in this film is Dolly learning about her calling, but to be an artist and to be a connector of people to themselves and to emotion and to each other. And so I don't really balance. I just try to step in where I can, when I have the opportunity to step out of family and into work life and play that role as the artist. I want to do it to the best of my ability.
That's awesome. Last question. What attracted you to the role of playing Dolly Parton's mother?
Well, first of all, whenever my agent called me and said Dolly Parton, I just said yes. I didn't know what was coming, but as you just, yes, I'll do it, whatever it is. I love her so much, and what a wonderful, wonderful artist to emulate, for someone in my job specifically as a singer, and then also branching out into acting and otherwise. So I loved the story. I thought the script was fantastic that Pam wrote. I loved the heart of it, and I loved the fact that it is a story that has hope and has faith in it, and that resonates even now. A song that was written 40 years ago, is still poignant, and that kind of legacy is something that I want to leave.
Jennifer, thank you very, very much.
So much.
This is awesome.
Thank you, my pleasure.